Steve Harris just proved what we kind of always knew about him and once again hinted on what might be the future of Iron Maiden. Steve Harris is a beast.
Yes, that's true.
Who goes around the world touring with one of the biggest metal bands to ever walk the earth, while spending his days off performing with his other band, British Lion, and playing football. You know, like it's absolutely normal for when you're 67 and I'm pretty sure have more than enough in savings to be happily retired by now. And yet, Steve refuses to slow down, and even more, if anything, it looks like he actually picked up a couple of extra activities in the last couple of years.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And in the recent interview with Sweden Rock, which passed by almost unnoticed by many, Steve once again proved that it has never really been only about business for him. Throughout the 1980s and onwards, Iron Maiden has always been one of the hardest working touring bands in the world of metal. And even today, while being in their 60s and 70s, Maiden is still on the road constantly, at least throughout the high touring season. Yet it looks like it's become not enough for Steve. And so when asked why he spends his days off on the road going back up on stage just with another band, Steve Harris had the most Steve Harris response you could possibly think of.
Where do you find the energy to tour with two bands at the same time?
Well, I mean, what else am I going to do on a day off? You know what I mean?
And this alone just once again shows that for Steve, music is not merely a matter of running a successful band or enjoying the fruits of his labor. It is a deep-seated passion that has been his lifeblood for decades and without which he simply cannot imagine his life at this point. And even more, Steve's mentioned that if it was not for Iron Maiden's insane touring schedule, he would have started a second band way earlier to keep himself busy and immersed in the world of rock and metal at all time.
They're playing with him 11 years ago, but before that I wouldn't have been able to do it because Maiden was too busy. But
yeah.
In the last 10 years, Maiden's not been so busy. We've not been touring for as long,
yeah.
You know. So basically, it just enabled me to have a bit of time to do something else.
And just this short phrase once again proves that Steve Harris simply lives music and lives heavy metal. At every festival they play, he makes sure to not only perform their sets, but also check out some of the new bands. And this is exactly what he's been doing at Sweden Rock.
If you can recommend anyone, I'll check them out.
And even more, with music eventually becoming his job, despite what any critics say after seeing how concentrated he is on stage, you know, also making up stories about how he doesn't talk to anyone in the band because he sees it as a job, he makes sure it still remains, first of all, fun, but also challenging for him.
Yeah, I'm playing, and it's a challenge.
And this unwavering enthusiasm is what sets him apart as a true icon in the world of metal, and what helped him, together with Rod and the boys, build one of the greatest acts in the history of music. And so today, when fans around the globe speculate whether Iron Maiden will hang up their instruments after this year's retrospective run, I believe that Steve Harris is giving us an answer right here.
Still enjoy playing, so yeah, I mean, I'll play as much as I can. I'll be happy to play 4 or 5 nights a week.
So yes, while the end of Iron Maiden is inevitably nearing, but with this message, Steve Harris does not just hint, he actually reassures us that he has enough strength to lead the band onto the new heights and the new achievements. And while they understand that they will have to stop at some point, Steve simply refuses to think about it for now. Because for him, it is much more than just a business. Otherwise, he could have actually ended it a long time ago.
Yep.
And so I absolutely believe that while he and the boys have any strength left in them, Eddie will still be going up on stage with 6 wild guys and rocking the crowds around the world. Because as Steve himself said,
what else am I going to do on a day off?
And even more, I actually believe that if for other members of health issues, Iron Maiden is forced to spend more time in the studio and less time on the road, we will still be seeing quite a lot of Steve Harris up on stages around the globe, just possibly with quite another set of songs.
We'll see what happens.
And what about you? Please let us know in the comments, and please do not forget to subscribe to this channel if for some reason you still haven't done so yet. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we will prevail. Slava Ukraini!